Good afternoon, Nonku. Yes, we are back at the scene again. In the morning, we were here where parents were collecting the belongings of the children. I'm talking about school bags, I'm talking about shoes, all different kinds of things that they had when they left the school, as I indicated in the morning. And from here, we went to the school where the said learners or those who passed on or those who in the scholar transport they were in, they come from. So right now, we're coming there from a briefing, but just quickly, because right now, all the officials have arrived back at the scene. So just quickly, I'll pull in the MEC of Transport in the province just to talk us or briefly talk to us exactly or a response to actually what just happened in this incident. Good afternoon, MEC, and welcome to the SABC. Quickly, let's just jump into it. Your reaction as the department with regards to what happened?
No, as a department, we're still shocked looking at the scene now because we're here to visit the scene, but we're still shocked and extremely devastated. So, yeah, we still again convey our heartfelt condolences to the families.
MEC, tell me, there are allegations from the parents, and right now when I was at the school, I actually spoke to one of the learners who uses the transport, but for some reason yesterday, he uses that scholar transport every day, but for some reason he said he was not feeling like using the transport. But one of the reasons that he raised is that the bus driver of that scholar transport sometimes will drink in front of the learners, sometimes he will smoke dacha in front of the learners. What do you have to say about that, according to preliminary indications? Because when you look from where transport was coming from, they also say that the train was hooting before they could even cross. So what do you have to say, looking at what you see right now with regards to the driver?
Well, look, if that allegations or those allegations are true, I think I have been consistent in saying that he must be apprehended and put to books, and justice must take its course. That is what we're saying as a department and as a government of Mpumalanga. We're expressing that harshly, that he must be brought into books and the justice must take its course. But what we're saying and what makes us to be in comfort is that the bus which was driving, were told in terms of the report, it was roadworthy. It's just that the behavior of him was not a behavior of a person that could have been a driver at that particular point in time. So the allegations of him drinking and so on and so forth, because there's still investigation that is ongoing. Should that investigation determine that he was drunk, I think, and we have just made that undertaking with the MEC responsible for safety, that he should be taken to custody and be processed accordingly to our justice system.
And with regards to scholar transport, lastly, I know you have to rush. With regards to scholar transport in the province, there's been some issues there and there, but an accident of this kind is the first one. How do you plan to tackle it?
Well, look, tomorrow we are meeting as the team. There are DDGs and acting DDGs here. We will be meeting with the entire team of transport management to look into possible sustainable solutions that we think can better equip us in ensuring that we solve all the challenges which we are having as the department, especially as it relates to scholar transport. I can confirm to you, since my arrival in the office, it's a month now and 3 weeks, we have been fighting those who are responsible for management of scholar transport, because it's one area which our parents or parents on the ground are consistently raising, to say some of these buses are not in good conditions, which we're engaging now in a rigorous process of checking some of these buses which are transporting our kids.
All right, let me let you go for now. Kindly join the team. Nonku will be here at the scene, just checking on what is happening. But for now, I'm just going to move out of shot for you to see what exactly is happening. To those who are crossing in the morning, so that you see what is happening. So where you are actually pointing, this is where the accident happened. The bus was actually supposed to cross here, and then they were unable to cross, and which led to the death of the learners. However, all the officials, deputy ministers, MECs of the province, transport and everyone have arrived, and they are here checking the situation and actually assessing the scene as to what happened. But for now, we will just be here to actually get a picture of what they have to say and what it is that they have to offer to the parents, because they did actually explain to us that after visiting the scene, they will be visiting the hospital to check how the condition of the learners are, because we are told that 2 of them, as we know, 6 of them passed away, but we know that 2 of them are in a critical condition. So the MECs, officials, everyone else, we are also expecting the MEC of Health to arrive at the scene. After this, we will be en route to the hospital to check how the learners are doing. After that, the officials will be visiting the families and just to check on how everything is going there, and just to offer their support in everything that is happening there.
Stand by.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to our viewers. Yes, I can confirm that they are all here. They've arrived. As you know, we've been waiting for them ever since in the morning, but just not to waste any more time, because they still have to move and visit the families, visit the hospital. I want to quickly bring in the Minister of Basic Education just to tell us and just to react as to what actually happened here. Good afternoon, welcome to the SABC. Let's jump right into it, Minister. From what you see here, what is your reaction?
Look, I think firstly, our deepest condolences to the families that have lost loved ones. I think life lost, particularly one of young children, is something that we don't take lightly, and it's something that's deeply concerning. It was very important for me to come and support the MEC as she's going to be undertaking visits to the families so that we can go and convey our condolences. And of course, this is a horrific accident, and scholar transport becomes and remains a particularly a concerning part for us in the education system, because in as much as it may not be our core business, but these are people who are transporting learners that are going to our schools, and so it is deeply affecting and it is deeply concerning. But we will make sure on our side that we provide psychosocial support to not only the learners but also to the educators of these learners from the school, and I will be walking with the MEC to go straight to the families.
You know, Minister, I understand that you are new in the portfolio, but with Mpumalanga specifically, there are issues of scholar transport, you know. But an accident of this kind, it's the first of its kind in the province. There are other issues where they will be complaining about scholar transport, not everyone being able to reach it. But in this regard, because we are told that the driver of the said transport, the driver who was driving this transport, is said to have been under it's a claim, it's alleged that he was under the influence of alcohol. When we visited the school, the learners who sometimes use this transport actually did confirm that every time when they drive in that specific bus, the one that we see there, the specific driver, because this is a driver that was driving them every day, they could see him drink, they could see him smoking dacha, they could see him doing awful things. And yesterday, one of the learners who uses that transport, yesterday felt like he doesn't want to use the transport. So he decided to use other means of transport. So he was saying that everything that I'm saying to you, he's the one who was telling us. And that specific transport is always overload. What do you have to say?
Look, the reality here is that this is a concurrent function for us. This is a concurrent function with other departments, and this is why it is always important that, and always I emphasize the fact that it's not to deliver a quality education product to our learners where they are safe to attend school, where they're able to learn in a safe environment, where they're able to get to school safely. We have to work with departments. We've got here the Department of Transport, and we've got the Deputy Minister of Transport, because some of these things, particularly the enforcement of the rules of the road and the enforcement of observing the road regulations fall within transport. But as a government, it's important that we work together to make sure that the rules of the road are obeyed, that scholar transport and all other cars on the road are roadworthy, that whoever is certified to be a scholar transport provider is somebody that has been certified through the department that's responsible for that. And ours is to make sure that we provide a schooling environment that is sound and that is safe. And so it's not good enough to simply say we education, all we do is provide a service. That's why it's important, and I'm heartened to see government leaders here from the local level, from local government, provincial government and national government, because the only way we can protect our children is if we work together. And that is why that becomes very, very important. And I take the point, and I would not want to delve into the circumstances around the accident because I think it's subject to still an investigation. But it's something that we are really, really need to tighten our processes around to make sure we're working much closer together with transport, with local providers of learner transport, because we cannot keep losing learners to these kind of accidents that could have potentially been avoided. And we need to make sure that even traffic enforcement, local law enforcement can see and identify hotspots where accidents are prone to happen, so that we can make sure that we are essentially bolstering our efforts to keep our children safe on the road.
Just the last one before I let you go, because I know you still have to visit the hospital and the families because of time. What then happens with a specific school? Because learners are traumatized, teachers are traumatized. What is the plan of action? Are they still going to school? Classes are they suspended? What is the plan?
I've spoken to the MEC and she's explained that for the next 2 days, school has been suspended. But also it's important, and this is where we come in as a department, that psychosocial support will be given not only to the learners in the various classrooms, but to the learners in the school, but also to educators. I think sometimes we forget the impact that deaths like this have on educators, because educators are not just delivering a service, they start to care about learners, they bond with learners. And so it's also important, as we're looking after the learners themselves, that we're also looking after the educators and making sure that we're giving them the support that they need. This particular school, those children are going to, there's a particular school that's going to be opened recently in the area, and so they'll be moving to the school that is nearby. But for the time being, our focus is making sure that we're giving them as much support as possible and that we're lending our support to the families.
Thank you so much, Minister. Thank you for your time. Just to not waste any more time, I will welcome the MEC of Health in the province, Mr. Sekani Manzini, because she's been to the hospital visiting those learners, I think 19 learners that are injured, because yesterday we were talking about 20 learners that were injured. But because the number now from the ones that have passed on moved from 5 to 6, meaning now we have 19 learners that are in the hospital, and we are told that 2 of them are still in a critical condition. But not to delve much into it, let's welcome the MEC of Health in the province, Sekani Manzini, just to tell us the situation as is with regards to learners. Good afternoon, MEC, and welcome to the SABC.
Afternoon to you and to the viewers at home.
I understand that you come from the hospital, you visited the learners. Please tell us, what is the status as we speak? Is the number still at 6 of those who passed on, and those who are injured, how are they doing?
I can confirm that I'm from the hospital, and Middleburg Hospital received 13 learners, and out of that 6 were discharged, and we are currently having 7. And out of the 7, we can confirm that 3 are critical, and 2 are in Middleburg and 1 is in Malahleni. And we are working very hard with the doctors to make sure that those that are admitted are getting the necessary care. So we can confirm that these are the number of patients that we have received and that are receiving care in our facilities. And we really have also met some of the family members, also supporting them. And as a department, we'll be giving psychosocial support even where they will be going. So we'll work hand in hand with the Department of Education that they are supported. So, but we are busy working, making sure that they are given the necessary care in our 2 hospitals.
Okay, I think that's about it, MEC. We'll be talking to you throughout the course, because I think this is a situation that we need to monitor going forward to see what happens with the learners that are still in hospital. So we will be talking to you, working with you closely to actually understand and get an update with what is happening. Thank you so much, MEC.
Thank you.
There you have it. We were still on the ground. We will be visiting all these areas that they were talking about. But as you can see, still behind me, we still have the train here. The bus is still here. So we are just still monitoring the situation.